Attention passionate Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Seahawks and the entire NFC West. Rumors are swirling that the San Francisco 49ers, currently sitting at 6-2 but amid some cap space crunch, are planning a blockbuster trade that could shake up the division. And at the center of it all, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, you heard that right. The guy who's been one of the most versatile and explosive backs in the league might be heading north to Seattle. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is that even possible? Well, the whispers are getting louder, and sources close to the situation suggest that this isn't just idle talk. The 49ers are in a tricky spot cap-wise with just about $7 million left, and they're eyeing ways to rebuild their secondary after giving up a ton of points, around 23 per game. And they see McCaffrey as a piece they can move to get some much-needed draft capital. The plan, according to insiders, is to send McCaffrey in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2027. These picks are crucial for San Francisco, especially as they look to bolster their defensive line and rebuild after losing Armstead to retirement. The idea is that acquiring these draft assets will give them more flexibility in free agency and help them shore up their porous secondary, which has been a real weakness this year. The trade deadline is looming, with Adam Schefter noting that everything could be sealed by November 4th, so the window is closing fast. Now, on the other side, the Seahawks are watching all of this unfold with keen interest. Sitting at 4-4, the Seahawks have been somewhat inconsistent at the running back position. Their committee approach has struggled to find a rhythm, averaging just 3.7 yards per carry. That's not exactly the kind of production you want when you're trying to keep pace in a competitive NFC West. But the potential addition of McCaffrey, that could be a total game changer. The Seahawks have always valued versatile playmakers, and McCaffrey fits that mold perfectly. He's a guy who can do it all, rushing, receiving, creating mismatches, and he's proven to be a true offensive engine. Let's take a moment to really understand who Christian McCaffrey is. The guy played at Stanford, and now at 29 years old, he's still performing at MVP-level standards. Over his career, he's amassed over 200 total yards and scored 81 touchdowns. His PFF grade hovers around 88.5, which is elite, and his ability to rack up yards after the catch, averaging 4.8 yards after the catch per reception, makes him a nightmare for defenses. In 2025, even with some injury concerns, he put up 82 carries for 412 yards, that's 50 yards per carry, and scored 3 rushing TDs. He also added nearly 200 receiving yards on just 91 targets. His EPA per run was plus 0.28, and his YAC yards after catch was a top 5 number among running backs at 162 yards. His 2024 stats are equally impressive, with over 459 rushing yards, 14 total touchdowns, and a PFF grade of 91. 2 injuries, sure. He's had his moments, knee injuries in 2025, for example, but McCaffrey's career has shown resilience. He's a guy who can boost any offense, much like Derrick Henry did when he had that breakout run with the Ravens in 2025. Why would the 49ers be so eager to deal him? Well, it's all about their cap situation and their strategic priorities. They're trying to get more draft capital to rebuild their secondary, which is giving up a lot of points. The coterie of critics and insiders speculate that they're a bit skeptical about McCaffrey's injury history, especially considering his knee issue in 2025. But they also recognize his immense talent and how much he can transform an offense. Moving him would free up around $18 million in cap space, which they could then allocate to re-signing Jordan Mason or avoiding overpaying for other injured players. It's a tough call, but in the NFL, sometimes you have to make these bold moves to get ahead. For the Seahawks, acquiring McCaffrey would be like injecting jet fuel into their offense. He would instantly become the focal point of their attack, with projections suggesting he could rush for around 300 yards and score 9 touchdowns if he joins Seattle. His presence would elevate the entire offense, increasing their points per game from 21 to potentially 26 or more. His ability to generate mismatches in the backfield and out of the backfield would make play action even more deadly for Geno Smith. Imagine the Seahawks running a lot of play action, with McCaffrey as the centerpiece. Defenses would have no choice but to respect the run, opening up passing lanes and creating big plays downfield. Statistically, the impact would be massive. Comparing Walker and McCaffrey, the difference in yards per carry and EPA per run could be as high as +1. 4 yards and +0.4 in EPA, respectively. Plus, the number of scrimmage yards he can generate per game would jump by around 150 yards, giving the Seahawks a true offensive weapon. His versatility isn't just about running, it's about how he forces defenses to adapt, creating opportunities for everyone else. And of course, his presence would make the Seahawks a more dangerous playoff contender. This isn't just about the regular season anymore, it's about making a deep run, and McCaffrey's proven track record of elevating teams in the postseason makes him a perfect fit. Now, let's talk Super Bowl odds. Right now, the Seahawks sit at +1,200 to win it all, but with a move like this, those odds could tighten significantly, maybe even drop to +650. That's the kind of impact a player like McCaffrey can have, especially as a playoff X-factor. The 49ers are probably looking at him as a key piece to their Super Bowl aspirations, especially against tough opponents like the Cardinals, where his ability to break off big runs and create mismatches could be the difference in a close game. His vision and burst make him a threat on every snap, and the Seahawks would have to game plan around him if he joins their ranks. So what does this all mean? Well, for the Seahawks, it's about seizing an opportunity to add a premier talent who can be the centerpiece of their offense for years to come. McCaffrey's combination of speed, agility, vision, and pass-catching ability makes him one of the most complete backs in the league, and a perfect fit for the Seahawks style. It's a bold move, but one that could set the tone for a new era of Seahawks football, especially if they're able to land him before the trade deadline. For the 49ers, it's a strategic decision to maximize their draft capital now, knowing that their window for a Super Bowl run isn't closing but might need some reinforcements on defense and in the trenches. In the end, it's all about what Seattle fans want, a chance to see their team get even better, to have a superstar like McCaffrey in their backfield, making plays that get everyone on their feet. The potential trade is a high-stakes chess move in the NFC West, and if it goes through, I truly believe it could redefine the division and elevate the Seahawks into the upper echelon of NFL contenders. We've seen players like him change the course of seasons before, and right now, the Seahawks are eyeing that same kind of spark, that same kind of magic that can turn a good team into a great one. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Christian McCaffrey would be the perfect piece to push Seattle into serious Super Bowl contention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. This is the kind of move that can define a franchise, and I know our fans have been dreaming of a move like this for a long time. Keep the conversation going, and stay tuned because I'll be back very soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis on the Seahawks and the NFL in general. The offseason is heating up and the best is yet to come. Let's go, Seahawks.